If you're looking to lose 10 to 30 pounds while actually improving your hormones and gut health and not giving up your social life, favorite foods, or losing your sanity, this is exactly what you need to do. This will work whether you have high cortisol, PCOS, IBS, or just a busy professional or executive who has a limited time or travels frequently. This has a proven track record of success for the hundreds of women we've worked with in our coaching program, and we don't want to gatekeep this information or give you BS fluff because you deserve a jaw-dropping transformation too. True transformation where you don't sacrifice your energy, metabolism, libido, or relationship with food to get a couple of pounds off has to take place in phases, just as an athlete has seasons. Not doing it in strategic phases is exactly why 80 to 95% of people who lose weight through dieting will regain the weight within 1 to 5 years. So if you want to beat the odds and be the 5%, you'll want to keep watching.
These 3 phases will be metabolic priming, fat loss acceleration, and lifestyle integration. And without phase 3, you may as well not do any of these phases. So be sure to stick around till the end. You'll need just a few things to be as successful as possible. Download MyFitnessPal, purchase a food scale, and adopt the mindset of progress over perfection. A body weight scale is also helpful, but if you prefer not to weigh yourself, you can monitor progress through measurements and photos. Now, before we dive into what each phase entails, it's important that you understand how your metabolism works. We burn calories in 4 ways: BMR, NEAT, TEF, and EAT. BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. This is all the calories you burn if you were to not move and just lay in bed all day. It makes up around 70% of the total calories burned. NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and this is all the calories you burn from things like cleaning, fidgeting, walking your dog, or cooking. This makes up around 15% of the calories burned for the day. And then there's TEF. This is thermic effective food, and this is all the calories required to digest the food you eat and convert that food to usable energy. And this makes up roughly 10% of total calories burned. Lastly, we have EAT, which stands for exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all of the calories you burn through intentional exercise. And you may be surprised to hear that it only makes up for roughly 5% of total calories burned. Now, with that in mind, we can make changes to our lifestyle and our diet to become more metabolically healthy.
Now we're getting into phase 1, which is metabolic priming. The goal is to get your body from fat storing mode to fat burning mode by getting your body back into homeostasis. This starts by establishing new and healthy habits, which are key to improving your hormones, gut health, and will ultimately kickstart your metabolism. You will have nutrition habits and lifestyle habits. Nutrition habits that we recommend are 12-hour overnight fasts, eating every 3 to 4 hours, protein with every meal, and about 30 grams of fiber daily, 80 to 90% whole foods, and reducing added sugar intake. Lifestyle habits include sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water, 8 to 10,000 steps daily, exposing yourself to sunlight or getting outside in nature, and regulating your nervous system through practices like meditation, breath work, or journaling. Now we need to find your maintenance calories, the calories where your body requires to maintain your exact weight and your current body composition. To find this, multiply your body weight in pounds by 14. This will be your starting calories in phase 1. Aim to fall within 100 calories each day of this goal. Next, we need to find your protein goal by multiplying your goal weight by 1. That is how many grams of protein you should be aiming for daily. So for example, if you weigh 150 pounds and you want to weigh 130 pounds, your goal should be 130 grams of protein daily. A high protein diet will keep you fuller longer and allow you to build and retain muscle as much as possible. Protein also has the highest thermic effect, meaning it takes your body the most calories to break down protein and convert it to fuel compared to carbs and fats. The key to maximizing your metabolic potential in this phase is to add in 2 to 4 days of resistance training with intention of building and retaining muscle. This will increase your BMR and allow you to burn significantly more calories at rest. A simple and effective workout program should be designed to fit your time constraints and goals. If you only have 2 to 3 days to dedicate to lifting, then you can choose to do full body days or divide the days by upper and lower body. And if you're looking to target one muscle group more than others, you'll want to make sure you train that muscle at least 2 times per week. A 4-day workout split could look something like this. The most important thing when it comes down to getting the most out of your workouts is to track your progress with the weights and reps you're using. So each time you do your workout, you can know whether or not you're actually making progress and challenging your muscles enough to grow them. They will not grow by using the same weights month over month. The real magic happens through a process called reverse dieting. Most of us were taught that our metabolism is what we were born with and that some are just blessed with a faster metabolism and others are cursed with a slow one.
The truth is that our metabolism is always changing and adapting, and one of the main ways in which it adapts is from the calories we feed it. When you restrict calories, it slows down and becomes efficient at keeping you functioning with the low calories. Just as it adapts to low calories, it also adapts to higher calories. So if we eat too many calories too quickly, our metabolism doesn't have time to adjust, and you'll gain excess body fat. If you increase calories gradually over time, you'll give it time to adapt to the increases and become more efficient. The reverse diet framework is to add 50 to 100 calories to your maintenance calories each week while keeping your protein at 1 gram per pound of your goal weight. You'll continue to add in calories until your weight increases by about 0.2 to 0.5% in 1 week, or your weight goes up for 3 consecutive weeks. This happens, keep your calories the same. Continuous weight gain in a reverse diet means you have entered into a calorie surplus. Our goal is not to be in a surplus, but rather to achieve higher maintenance calories. Taking progress photos during this time is extremely important, since it's common that when you're pairing the increase in calories with getting stronger, you can gain muscle and lose fat. Muscle is much more dense than fat, so it's normal for your body to change while the scale doesn't. Phase 1 will require a minimum of 12 weeks. If you fall into the category of wanting to gain a lot of muscle, or have more severe hormonal and gut health issues, or you have a harder time remaining consistent, then the timeline can be stretched out to upwards of even 6 months. Clues that you were successful in phase 1 include high energy, more muscle definition, better sleep, more self-control and better relationship with food, maintaining a healthy body composition at calories that are near or above 2,000, more consistent in the gym, a higher sex drive, and less PMS.
Now you're ready to enter phase 2, which is called fat loss acceleration. The goal in this phase is to get in and out, because the reality is no one wants to diet forever. The great thing is that your body's now primed for fat loss, and weight loss happens at a much faster rate. To simplify, multiply your body weight in pounds by 12 while still keeping your protein at 1 gram per pound of your goal weight or estimated lean body mass. Fat loss shouldn't be entirely miserable or daunting. There's a few things you can do for this process to feel effortless. Simply increase your steps by 1 to 2,000 daily, add in 15 minutes of low intensity steady state cardio 3 to 4 times per week to start, and increase this by 15 minutes every 2 weeks or so. This can look like incline walk, stair stepper, biking, or an elliptical. You want your heart rate to remain between 120 and about 140 beats per minute. Keep your diet full of vegetables, lean meats, and whole foods so that your diet is high in volume. Opt for lower calorie sauces and toppings to keep your meals exciting and enjoyable. We want to get the most out of doing the least in this phase. So if you want to continue to lose weight, whether visually or on the scale, there is no need to decrease calories or increase cardio that week. You can continue to keep your plan the same if you continue to drop body fat. Where most go wrong is they start prioritizing cardio over weights. You want to preserve as much muscle as possible by continuing to lift weights so you can sustain a higher BMR. Cardio should come after you've given most of your effort to lifting. A healthy rate of weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds per week. Anything more for consecutive weeks can cause muscle loss, nutrient deficiencies, hormone imbalances, and weight regain.
Your fat loss phase should last anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks. And after about 16 weeks, there's a higher chance of seeing diminishing returns in which you've hit a plateau, your energy has gone down a lot, your food focus, sleep is being affected, and you're feeling burnt out. Throughout your fat loss phase, it can be helpful to implement diet breaks. You may unintentionally give yourself diet breaks if you travel somewhere or you have meals out on occasion. However, if you're extremely rigid with yourself and are following the plan nearly perfectly, intentionally giving yourself days of higher calories and more rest can be helpful for you mentally and can also give your metabolism a mini reboot. These are best to implement if weight stalls and you're feeling extra tired or puffy. And if you're still here, congrats. That tells us that you're serious about this and you're likely to be the 5% who actually keeps your results for life. We've made it to the most crucial phase for losing the weight forever and preventing the yo-yo dieting. At the end of fat loss acceleration, your calories are going to be lower and likely too low for you to sustain forever. And most people lose the weight, they get burnt out because how they lost the weight wasn't sustainable and go back to old habits with a slower metabolism, which causes them to regain all the weight and oftentimes gaining even more weight than when they started. They essentially have no exit plan. The secret to solidifying your results is to restore your maintenance calories after dieting, similar to how we did in phase 1. So we'll increase our calories again by 50 to 100 weekly, unless our weight goes up significantly in a week or we gain weight for 3 consecutive weeks. You'll also slowly taper your cardio down by decreasing it by 10 to 15 minutes bi-weekly. You'll continue this process until you've hit a calorie amount to where you're maintaining nearly all the weight loss, your appetite is regulated, and your energy is restored. And if you go out to eat or you go on vacation, you know you'll naturally still fall within that calorie range for the day. For many active and fit women, this can typically be between 1,700 and 2,300 calories.
Once you've reached that calorie range, you'll be able to step into full food freedom and transition away from tracking your food. For some, this can be a scary or intimidating process, but it's important to learn to make mindful decisions without relying on a food scale or logging it in an app. You can start by not tracking 1 meal per week, then not tracking dinners, then only tracking 1 to 2 days out of the week, and eventually not tracking at all. Tracking should be a tool, not a crutch. Being able to do this successfully is how you'll be able to vacation, travel for work, enjoy date nights or social gatherings indefinitely without having to stress or obsess about food or gaining the weight back because you took the time to do things the right way. If done properly and effectively, whether it takes you 6 or 18 months to reach your end goal, you'll know it's sustainable because you took a path that honored your body and prioritized the health of your metabolism, hormones, and gut. Now, we know we covered a lot in this video and went deep into all the phases of how we approach body transformation with our clients. So if you have any questions at all, please drop them down below for us. And if learning more about how we can help you and your unique situation is at all interesting to you, then you can learn more about us through our website below. And if it makes sense, you can fill out an application and grab a time to chat with us so we can assess whether or not we'd even be a good fit for each other.
We'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, if you got any value from this video today, drop us a like and don't forget to subscribe.